Good morning. I am Trish Skoglund. I am the Corporate Director of Mergers and Acquisitions at Crowley. We are a local $3.4 billion supply chain and logistics company. As Matt said, you can actually see our ships on Tuesdays and Fridays right on the Talleyrand port. You know what's so interesting? Do you ever be a part of an ecosystem, and very rarely do you get to physically be in person with that ecosystem? Together today, we are in person in an innovation ecosystem, and I want to say welcome. So the innovation ecosystem is a community of groups of people that come together to spur innovation forward for the benefit of society. That is universities and education, that is startups and founders, that is investors, that is government, and that is corporations like Crowley. Show of hands, who is here from the education portion of the ecosystem? Awesome, very good. Who is here from the government? All right, maybe later. Who is here, who's an investor or a startup entrepreneur? There we go, look at that. Who's an investor? Perfect. And then who, like Crowley, is a corporation? Very good, very good. Awesome. It feels so good to be in person today with this ecosystem. Thank you for allowing this time together in person. What's really important in an ecosystem is that you have all 5 of those groups active and present with the mission to spur innovation forward. And for Crowley, we rely on this ecosystem in a couple of ways. We rely on the startups and the founders to help us solve our customers' problems through faster innovation. We rely on media to help us recognize those partnerships with startups in order to get out the word of successful innovation. We rely on investors to make sure that those startups are funded and are available for partners with us. And then we also rely on the education system to make sure that there are people ready to go out to become entrepreneurs or to be the talent pipeline in which companies like Crowley can employ. So Crowley, as I said, we're a large supply chain and a logistics company. 2 years, we chose to create an in-house mergers and acquisitions team that we call Crowley Ventures. We also chose as part of that team that we would start corporate venture capital, CVC investing. And these are VC arms inside a corporation, hence CVC. Since 2020, we've done 9 investments into 8 companies. We did one twice. We've invested from pre-seed all the way to Series C. Our sweet spot now is about Series A. Why are startups important to Crowley? We're a 132-year-old privately held company based here in Jacksonville, right in Regency. We need innovation in order to keep us relevant and looking towards the future. Just like the Jags talk about the stadium of the future, we talk about supply chain of the future. All of you guys use supply chain, and you depend on companies like Crowley to get your goods from point A to point B. We have to partner with startups who are faster, more agile, more innovative than a corporation. We partner through POCs, we partner through projects, we partner through bringing them in to talk with our employees about what problems are they experiencing and how their technology could benefit that. So let me tell you a little bit about some of those companies. Zero Emissions Industry is a hydrogen fuel cell company based out of the Bay Area. They are one of our Crowley Ventures portfolio companies. We invested in them last year in their seed round. We are now partnering with them to create a clean recharging infrastructure system for imports and on the road using hydrogen cells. Carbon Ridge is another company that we invested in the pre-seed and the seed round. We are working with them to be their first commercial tester of sea trialing, actually, onboard carbon capture. One of the biggest commitments Crowley made to its customers in the world is that we would be the most sustainable maritime company. And in order to do that, we have to find technologies like carbon capture through Carbon Ridge or hydrogen power fuel cells through ZEI in order to accomplish that. And so we've partnered with companies like that. We also partner on, as Sam was talking, augmented reality. We partner with a company called Cognitive Spark in order to, with the help of things like Starlink, allow us to accelerate reaching our vessels and our employees in remote stations by giving us augmented reality to help onshore. This has never been done in such real-time basis. It helps both maintenance, repairs, testing, and it even helps safety. We're partnering with a company called Nakai. Think of Roomba for a big ship. We literally slap it on the bottom of it and it just starts to like Roomba itself around the ship, doing hull cleaning, but as it's doing underwater cleaning, it's also through AI teaching itself where it most needs that cleaning. And therefore, it's telling us as a company, hey, you don't need to maybe spend so much time on the entire bottom. Maybe it's this section that you need to spend time on. The beauty of that is not only is it helping us get better improvements to spend less cost on the cost of underwater cleaning, it also is helping us on fuel efficiency, which is a reduction of gas. GHG gas. So another sustainability play. My head of innovation, Sean Fortner, is here. If you want to talk partnering, if you're a startup founder, Sean is the guy, Fortner. Doesn't check his LinkedIn well, but you can email him. But Sean is the one that works externally with all these startups and founders and really is the bridge between the external world and the internal world of how do you guys partner with companies like Crowley to do POCs. It is really hard for startups to find that bridge inside of companies to do these powerful POCs. And we have seen so much, we have learned so much through these POCs, and it's through these partnerships with startups and founders that we are learning more and that the startups are getting visibility. They're getting real-time access to Crowley, to subject matter experts within Crowley, whether it's our engineering firm, whether it's our R&D department, it's these POCs that give them access. I'll tell you about one more company that I just think is really cool. It's a company called Tug Dock, and they actually have inflatable submersible docks. So this allows dock expansion. It also is can actually float. So right now we're floating offshore wind turbines on it, take it out to shore, and then you sink the dock and you just pull it out from under the offshore wind turbine. And so you don't even have to like try to undo it. You just deflate it and you pull it out. And it's innovative companies like that that are helping us move forward in a new industry like wind, for example. So we need startups and founders in order to move us forward. We also need media to highlight these, whether it's through events like JVC who are giving us exposure, whether it's the Business Journal who's done a couple reviews on the partnerships Crowley does. We need more exposure so startups can get that exposure. The other way that we really rely on this ecosystem is through the investors. We've partnered with companies like Venture South. We've partnered with PS27 in order that we are given exposure to successful POCs that we've done with startups. How can investors invest in those companies? One of the biggest issues for investors is they don't know the success of the startup. They don't know if this startup will get traction in the industry. By already seeing a successful POC with a company like Crowley, we see investors so much more likely to invest in those startups. Lastly, the part of the ecosystem that we really rely on is the education arm. we partnered with UNF and the Center for Transportation and Logistics, where we have partnered with their innovation lab to take our internal incubator and do it in their lab in partnership with their students and their professors. This is helping our employees get much more access to innovative thought thinkers like the UNF professors, like the students who are just eager to get after these problems. That has been a really key relationship for us. They even helped us last year host the very first Crowley Innovation Fair. We had over 34 companies, startups, come display, show their technology. Quite a few people are here in the audience who were there. We had 400 people in attendance at UNF. First time we'd ever done that. This year, we're gonna do the same thing for the second annual. We're hoping to double that, and we're hoping to get other corporate partnerships. We don't wanna go at this alone. We feel that in order for Crowley to succeed, we need the entire Jacksonville innovation community and ecosystem to succeed. Lastly, I wanna touch on the final part of education that we need, and that's our talent. Our workforce is so critical to the success of this. And in order to have the right talent who can help with innovation, we need to be teaching kids in high school and younger about opportunities, about their talent. So Crowley has partnered with Junior Achievement as one of our 2 strategic partnerships, in which we've made a large donation this year, and it's a multi-year commitment that we are gonna help them create a talent pipeline and career pathways so that they understand whether it's entrepreneurship they want to follow, whether it's supply chain within Crowley that they want to follow, or maybe they want to get into investing, and that they too can be a part of the investment ecosystem and be part of the innovation here in Jacksonville. Thank you guys very much. Thank you to Matt and Kerrigan, and have a great day.